Your disability is not your inability. I am a person with mobility impairment, but my disability doesn't define me. Imagine growing up in a rural community in Africa where people hold negative perception about persons with disability, and the systems are not designed for inclusivity. Yet, these challenges do not stop me from striving to achieve my goals in life. Did you know I repeated primary 6 for 4 years simply because there was no nearby junior high school for me to continue my education? It wasn't until 2015 that one was finally established in my community. After JSS, I had to stop schooling for several months until some individuals intervened and my mother agreed to accompany me to senior high school. Fortunately, I graduated as one of the best students in my senior high school. After senior high school, all hope seems lost until the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program at KNUST intervened. I had gained admission to pursue a BA in economics, but I didn't have the means to pay my school fees and or shore off-campus accommodation for myself and my mother. Thanks to Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program at KNUST, I am now a proud scholar, impacting and transforming lives through my foundation, Morgan Foundation, that's Moses and Jennifer Foundation. I am nurturing 10 women, including widows, PWDs, and teenage mothers to become entrepreneurs. I help them achieve financial independence. I also intern with organizations and collaborate with media stations to advocate for and educate the public on inclusivity. Often use my own story as an example. Additionally, I ran a mentorship screen guiding SAK's graduates in their career development. Despite life's ups and downs, I never gave up. Giving up should never be an option. Disability is not an inability. We are all gifted differently, and our path to achieving our goals may vary. Let us look beyond our disability and recognize the potential within us to create positive. Instead of being overwhelmed by our suffering, let us use it as motivation to reinvent ourselves and find ways to contribute, making the world a better place for ourselves and for future generations. My disability is over-empowered by my abilities. We are only become disabled when systems and structures are designed without considering us. I envision a world that embraces persons with disabilities, one that is inclusive, equitable, and free from discrimination. Persons with disabilities should not face barriers or discrimination in education, politics, or any other area of life. Systems and structures must be disability friendly so that persons with disability can reach their full potential and contribute meaningfully to global development. Thank you.
What does bravery mean to you? Growing up as the only girl among 4 elder brothers, I had to learn how to be heard without speaking. In my culture, talking back at elders was considered being disrespectful, so I had to learn the art of silence for survival. But to be fair, I was also not successful. I failed woefully at being quiet. and I have a lot of scars to prove that. But that will be a story for another day. Today, I would like to share a story of a young girl who lost her shield. It was on the 24th of May 2017, just a few months before my 18th birthday. I was on campus when I received a call. My mother had died. In an instant, my whole world stopped. My mother was my everything, my only present parent, my guard, my home. And in that moment, I felt everything and nothing all at once. I had never felt so alone. For a while, I believed all my hopes and dreams had died with her. But as they say, fortune favors the bold. So as time went by, and as the year crossed slowly, I tried to be bold again. For me, that meant daring to dream again. I applied for the MasterCard Foundation scholarship to pursue a master's degree at the University of Edinburgh. I didn't get in the first time, but I tried yet the second time, and I got in on my second attempt. At that time, I thought bravery was the courage to chase a dream after I lost. But recently, in a conversation I had with a friend, I realized something deeper. True bravery wasn't just me applying for the scholarship. It was me packing my life in 2 boxes, leaving my family, my friends, my culture, and everything I ever knew, to start all over in a strange land, all alone. That, I believe, is the boldest thing I've ever done. Today, as I navigate this new life, I'm grateful for the support and my newfound community, the MasterCard Foundation family. And as I near the end of my degree and prepare to step into yet another world of the unknown, I find myself returning back to the same question, reflecting this over and over, which is the same question I would like to leave with you. What does bravery mean to you?
Picture this. I'm halfway up a hill in the middle of the Turkana Desert, sweating like I'm in a sauna, gasping for air like a fish out of water, and seriously considering calling for a helicopter rescue. I had come to Koksele village in Kenya to volunteer, to help, to make a difference, to be the hero of my own little story. And on this particular day, our mission was simple, to hike up Nakule Hill for the magnificent views. I came prepared like I was climbing Mount Everest, almost. 2 layers of sunscreen, ice-cold water in my bottle, my favorite running shoes, the works. I was ready to conquer this hill. But the 40-degree-Celsius sun outside had other plans. Halfway to the base of the hill, I was done, finished, ready to wave the white flag of surrender. And that's when he appeared. A 10-year-old boy with no shoes, no water, and speaking only Turkana. While I'm having my personal survival crisis, he simply joined me. And here's where my story completely flips upside down. When I stopped to catch my breath, he waited patiently on a rock. When my hair got tangled in thorns, he helped me pull it free, strand by strand. When we started climbing and loose stones made me stumble, he walked ahead, pointing out safe rocks for me to step on, all the while teaching me the names of trees and stones in his language, as if this was just another Tuesday for him. We made it to the top, and yes, the views were magnificent. But standing there, I had to laugh at myself. I came here thinking I was the helper, the volunteer, the one with something to give. Later, I would learn that this boy was barely in his first year of formal education, after years of herding animals to support his family. No formal education, no fancy gear, no preparation, just pure resilience and generosity of spirit. This became the pattern everywhere I looked in Turkana. Girls dreaming of being scientists despite never being to school. A 16-year-old abandoned wife making jewelry and still smiling about her dreams. A community that doesn't need saving. They need partnership. During mentoring sessions with the local girls and children, I had aspirations that would humble any university career counselor. Teachers and police officers and scientists, all with one common goal, creating a better community for future generations. These weren't idle dreams. These were strategic visions from people who understood their community's needs better than any outsider ever could. The infrastructure is not there. The vision is there. The determination is definitely there. So the next time you think you're climbing uphill to save someone else or help someone else, look around. You might just discover that the person walking beside you, the one with no shoes and no water and no fancy equipment, is actually the one showing you the way up. The only question is, are you willing to follow?
From fire to flame, how tragedy shaped my journey. I still remember that night like it was yesterday. The cracking of flames, the thick smoke, the choking air, and the unbearable heat. I was just a child, woken up by the sound of chaos. Our small home was on fire. Everything around me was burning. I could hear people shouting, glass shattering, and my own heartbeat pounding louder than anything else. In that terrifying moment, I truly thought I wouldn't make it. The fire was everywhere. But somehow, by some miracle, I survived. But survival came with a cost that night. That night, I lost my mother, the one who gave me life, the one who kept me safe. She was gone. The days that followed felt like living in a blur. I felt empty, confused, broken. I kept asking myself, why me? Why did this happen to me? Why did the fire take so much from me? And for a long time, I felt like I had lost not just my mom, but a part of myself too. But as time passed, as years went by, something unexpected began to happen. That same fire, the one that destroyed my home and took my mother and left a scar on my heart, began to bring a spark that slowly grew into a flame inside of me, a flame of creativity. I began to draw, to write, to tell stories. At first, it was just a way of coping, of trying to make sense of my pain. But then it became more. It became a way for me to heal and eventually a way to help others too. Every sketch, every poem, every painting, it was like my mother's love finding new life through my hands. Today, that creative flame burns brighter than ever. I use it to inspire, to comfort, to bring hope where there is hurt. And that led me to become a social worker. The fire that nearly ended my life became the fire that fuels my purpose, to help others to help themselves. Not just that, it brought and it born the Soul Canvas Creations, a platform where I use art, I use storytelling, I use poetry, drawing to inspire others. Through self-expressive classes, I've been able to inspire more than 300 people just this year to build and to rebuild their selves from being lost. If there's one thing I've learned, it is that even from our deepest losses, Beauty can rise. Even from destruction, new life can begin. And my mission, my passion, is to keep that flame alive and to pass it on to others. Thank you. I hope your flame will come out.